The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hi, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 24th day of August 2022. And if there is going to be any drama left in the National League at all, it needs to come in this stream. Because the St. Louis Cardinals are on the verge of winning the National League East and setting up their real-life NLCS against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Cardinals come into this game against the Montreal Expos at 89-57, and with a magic number of, I think, 7. The Expos, on the other hand, are 11 games back. They are 79-67. They will go with Dan Schatzeder against Danny Cox, and the Expos need this, that, something else, a miracle, and all that. So the Cardinals are on the verge of wrapping up the National League East. The Expos have overperformed in this replay and still have a fighter's chance. But they got to make something happen right now because both teams have 15 games to go. And you're just going to run out of time. But for now, let's play some baseball, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1985. Today from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, it is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Montreal Expos. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalToDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so it will be Danny Cox on the mound for St. Louis. He is 14-7 on the replay. And his earned run average is a full run higher than it was in real life at 398. Now, this is his 33rd start of the year. He has 2 left. Excuse me. Not sure that St. Louis is going to need him to start twice more, but since we do as played, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Danny is 26 years old, a fastball pitcher, 87, and a fly ball pitcher. Against the Expos, just 1 start, 8 innings, 5 hits, no decision, 1 run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. His last start was against the Cubs on September 15th. I'm going to take a drink here. Get that nasty little phlegm out of my throat. So the last start was September 15th against the Cubs, an 8-7 win. No decision for Danny. 6 1/3 innings, 105 pitches, 11 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He gave up 4 home runs. Wow. Walked 1 and struck out 4. So overall, clocks 235 innings, 245 hits. Again, underwater in this replay. He was the other way. In real life, 109 runs, 104 of those earned, 21 homers, 75 walks, and 136 strikeouts. His ERA on June 15th was his real life 288, and since then has gone up a run. Dodger fans are licking their chops. Tribe fan, this stream is sponsored by Genshin Impact, the video game. Because I know all of you right now are going to run out for your PS5 and Xbox 720s or whatever the heck they're called to get a game that's called Genshin Impact. How you doing, John? Here's a lineup that Cox will face. Timmy Raines leads off in left field. Vance Law is at second base. He'll bat second. Andre Dawson in right will bat third. Hubie Brooks cleans up for Montreal. Terry Francona, speaking of the Tribe, at first base will bat fifth. Tim Wallach at third will go sixth. Mitch Webster is in center field. He'll bat seventh. O'Barry behind the plate goes eighth, and Schatzeder, who should throw around 110 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Cardinals, Vince Coleman a 5 and an 8 in left. Willie McGee an 8 and a 7 in center, and Jack Clark is a 4 and a 9 in right. Now remember, with the Giants, Clark was a right fielder. The Cardinals have played him at first most of the year. Terry Pendleton is a 9 at third. Ozzie Smith a 9 at short. Tommy Herr a 5 at second. Cesar Cedeno is a 2 at first, a much better hitter than Mike Jorgensen. Tom Nieto behind the plate a 5 and a 7, and Cox is a 7 on the mound with a .964 fielding percentage. And I messed that one up. I want him in at the corners. So Cedeno and Pendleton play for the bunt. Reigns at .304, 6 homers and 46 RBI. Dodger scout D. Scott Howard is in the house, waiting to see who he's going to face in the NLCS. Cox starts this one, and Reigns draws the walk. Full count curveball missed high and inside. On the real season, Cox went 18-9 with an earner and average of .288. In 241 innings, he allowed 226 hits, 19 homers, walked 64, and struck out 131. So not as good as his replay, or his replay was not as good as real life. Vance Law at .264, 11 homers, 59 RBI. Cedeno destroys lefties. And that's Schatzner. Reigns goes. Nieto's throw down to her, and Timmy has it stolen for his 74th of the year. So runner on second and a 1-strike count to Vance. Law drops one down. Cox goes to third, and they get Reigns there. How about that? So Cox got the speedy Reigns going to third, 1 out, and Law on first. D. Scott Howard sitting in one of these chairs with his feet up, taking notes. Here's Andre Dawson. Dawson at .239, 21 homers and 78 RBI. Cox winds and deals, and Dawson hits that one into left center. McGee going back will make the catch for the out. So 2 away. Hubie Brooks at .266, 12 homers and 58 RBI. Danny delivers, and there's a ground ball right to Cox. The comebacker throws to Cedeno for the out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books, no score. So Dan Schatzner is 2-6. He's got 2 more starts after, or 3 more starts. 2 more starts after this. This is his 13th start. He has an earned run average of .435 and has lost his last 4 decisions. Dan is 31, fastball pitcher 87, and a fly ball plus pitcher. Against the Cardinals, 2 appearances. His first start, unless he got injured, 2 innings and 2 strikeouts. His last appearance came a week ago. His last start against the Mets, 5-inning loss, an 8-3 win for New York. 88 pitches, 7 hits, 5 runs all earned, a homer. He walked 3 and struck out 4. So overall, Schatzner 82 2/3, 89 hits, 44 runs, 40 earned, 11 homers. He walked 34 and struck out 56. This will be the lineup he'll face. Vince Coleman leads off and left. Willie McGee in center will bat second. Tommy Herr is at second. He'll bat third. Jack Clark cleans up and right. Cesar Cedeno at first, who swats lefties, will bat fifth. Terry Pendleton is at third. He'll go sixth. Ozzie Smith batting seventh at short. Tom Nieto behind the plate bats eighth. And Danny Cox, who threw 17 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. So there are five switch hitters in the Cardinal lineup. Are there even 5 switch hitters in all of baseball today? Defensively for Montreal, Tim Raines a 5 and a 9 in left. Mitch Webster a 6 and a 3 in center. Andre Dawson a 7 and 7 in right. Tim Wallach is a 9 at third. Hubie Brooks a 4 at short. Law a 5 at second. Francona a 4 at first. O'Barry is a 2 and a 3 behind the plate. Schatzner has good range but not a good glove. A 7 range with an .852 fielding percentage. Vince Coleman steps in hitting .257, a homer. and 33 RBI. He has 86 stolen bases. Schatzeder starts the game with a ground ball to third, and Wallach is going to eat it. He tried to field it, and in fact it skips off his glove, and Coleman goes into second base. So that turns into a two-base error. For a normal runner like you or myself, that's just one. But Coleman saw that Wallach couldn't get a handle on it and didn't stop. So here's McGee, 357, 12 homers, and 77 RBI. Schatzeder deals. McGee strikes out. He swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball, one away. Brings up Tommy Herr. Tom at 305, 4 homers, and 85 RBI. As we said, 15 games to go for both teams. Herr fouls it off the mask of O'Berry, and they ask him where he is. And he says Chicago, and they said, okay, you can stay in the game. So the count to Herr is 0-1. Base hit, left center. That's going to score Coleman. Raines cuts it off. Herr rounds first, and Coleman does not score. Raines has a good arm, and Coleman, with his blazing speed, stops. So first and third, one out for Clark. Hitting .275, 21 homers, and 85 RBI. Pitch from Schatzeder. Clark pops it up. Right side, Francona trying to get this one, but that's going to be a souvenir. So 1-2 the count to Clark. Cardinals threatening here in the bottom of the first. Throw to first, and Herr, who has good speed, is going to go. O'Berry throws it down to Law, and Tommy steals second. It's a strikeout, however, so Clark has retired on strike 3, but Herr steals the base. So it's second and third for Cedeno, and does he ever kill lefties? The outcome box says 397. Cedeno is at 326 since coming over from the Reds, 5 homers and 10 RBI. And he's got 2 ducks on the pond here. Coleman, who should have scored earlier, and Herr, who will score on a single. Schatzeder deals. Cedeno in the left, and St. Louis is going to get nothing out of this. Raines makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. Does not hurt. They leave on 2. Montreal and St. Louis scoreless. And that'll bring up Francona. Terry at 251, 1 homer, and 30 RBI. Excuse me. Pitch to Terry. Ground ball to third. Pendleton across the way. 1 out. Brings up Wallach. Tim at 266. 28 homers. 89 RBI. Line drive to the Wizard. Airy leaps and makes the catch. 2 out. An appreciative crowd here. Mitch Webster over from the Toronto Blue Jays at 259. 7 homers and 30 RBI. That kind of makes you just feel all Canadian inside, doesn't it? Pitch to Mitch. Line drive to Herr, and the Expos go in order. So clean inning for Cox. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. So Pendleton, Smith, and Nieto to face Schatzeder here in the second. Terry at 229, no homers, and 53 RBI. Pitch to Terry. Fly ball left field. Raines comes in, 1 out. So here's Ozzie Smith, 273, 4 homers, 71 RBI. Schatzeder winds and deals. Second verse is going to be the same as the first, 2 out. For Nieto, Tom at 198, no homers and 25 RBI. Ground ball to Brooks. Hubie throws to first, and that will retire the side. So a quiet second for both teams. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third here in St. Louis. Montreal and St. Louis have bagels on the board, 0-0. So it is Mike O'Barry, and he's hitting 111. He's 2 for 18. He's 31 years old. This is pretty much the cup of coffee for him. He has an RBI. Danny winds and delivers, and O'Barry strikes out. So 1-2 fastball looked at for strike 3, and there's one away. So we are playing the games of September 20th, Friday night, 1985. Here's Schatzeder, 136 with a homer and 2 RBI. Danny Cox delivers, and there's a fly ball left field. Coleman ranges over, and that's 2 out. How you doing, Matt? So opening 9 for Cox, 30 pitches, 2 2/3, a walk and a strikeout. Raines walked and stole his 74th to start the ballgame. Raines into right center. McGee rides the Schwinn, coming in, makes the catch. And that's the side. So the Expos, after 2.5, no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 3, no score. So it'll be Cox, Coleman, and McGee to face Schatzeder here in the third. Danny at 129 and 3 RBI. Cardinals, the presumptive National League Eastern champions, but they haven't clinched it yet. 15 games to go. And there's a line drive foul. Somebody in Topeka made that catch. 1-2 the count. In the left center, Webster has it for the out. So 1 out for Coleman. Vince is 0 for 1. Schatzeder's opening 9, 32 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, a hit and 2 strikeouts. Ground ball to second. Well, it's a line drive, actually. Law is there. And there's 2 out. For McGee, who struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Schatzeder is okay being in a pitcher's duel, but his offense needs to step up. McGee's gone. He strikes out. Got him looking on the outside corner. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the fourth here in St. Louis. No score. So Law, Dawson, and Brooks to face Cox, and Vance is 0 for 1. Long drive, left field. Coleman running back in the corner, and that's going to run out of ballpark. The Expos lead at 1-0. Vance Law, a home run down the left field line, and the Expos score first. Number 12 for Vance. And that's exactly what the Expos needed to get something going on offense. Brings up Andre Dawson, who's 0 for 1. So that's the first hit of the ball game for Montreal. Dawson swings. Ozzie Smith by the bag at second. Snap throw to first. And the Hawk is retired. 1 out for Brooks, who's 0 for 1. Our newest follower, by the way, on Twitch is NatsFan41. And so it's appropriate, since we're doing 1985, that we have the not quite yet Nats, the Les Expos de Montreal. Pitch to Hubie. Struck him out. Cox got him looking on a 1-2 curve. 2 out for Francona, who's 0 for 1. Herr, Clark, and Cedeno for the Cardinals in the 4th. Pitch to Terry. There's a line drive to Herr, and Tom will make the easy grab, and that will retire the side. But Vance Law hits one halfway to L.A. That's the first hit of the ball game, and that's the first run. 3.5 down, 1-0 Expos. And so let's take a look at the standings. The Dodgers have partied too much since winning the division. The Astros have cut the lead to 17. But the Astros need 3 more wins to finish above 500. In the East, as we said, the magic number is 7. But the Expos have won 3 straight. The Cardinals lost their last one. But it really is all in St. Louis's hands. In the American League West, California and Kansas City are dead even at 79 and 67. And cheer up, Seattle fans. You still have a chance, provided you win every game the rest of the way. And in the American League East, New York and Boston are tied at 83 and 63, 4.5 back of Toronto. So Tommy Herr singled and stole a base, his 32nd of the year. His first time up, the lone hit for the Cardinals. We start the bottom of the 4th with a long fly ball to left. Back goes Raines. Timmy to the track, makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Clark. Jack is 0 for 1. He struck out. 1 of 3 on Schatzeder's dance card. There's a fly ball to left. Raines again. 2 out. For Cesar Cedeno. 0 for 1. Raines this time into foul territory and makes the catch to retire the side by the bullpens. So Schatzeder making quick work of the Cardinals. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 5th. It is 1-0 Montreal. So Wallach, Webster, and O'Barry to face Cox here in the 5th. Danny, a 1-hitter. Wallach is 0 for 1. Into right field. Clark reaches back to the track. 1 out. Brings up Webster. Cedeno missed it by that much. Thank you, Don Adams. There's a fly ball in the right field. We're making it easy to call. Clark is there. And remember, those winners on Don Adams' screen test get a year's supply of cremettes and turtle wax. Michael Berry struck out his first time up. In the right center, McGee rides the Schwinn. Coming in, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a Wednesday, Montreal 1, St. Louis 0. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Montreal And St. Louis are in a pitcher's duel here at Busch. The lone hit for the Expos came in the fourth, but it was a solo homer by Vance Laws, 12th of the year, down the line and left. So Dan Schatzeder and Danny Cox are locked up in a duel. Schatzeder a one-hitter through 4, Cox a one-hitter through 5. Helps if I hit the right button. So Pendleton, Smith, and Nieto to face Schatzeder here in the 5th. Terry is 0 for 1. And the pitch to Terry is a line drive to Law, 1 out. It's a wild card selection for tomorrow. I think these two teams play again, and if Montreal wins, we will bring you that. The other games, it'll be a game time decision, but you could see the second game of this series. Here's Ozzie Smith. Ozzie's 0 for 1. Line drive to Law. Wow, this really is a lot of second verse, same as the first. I wonder if Herman's is going to get some residuals out of this. Here's Nieto. Tom is 0 for 1. Base hit up the middle. So a 2-out single is only the second hit of the ball game for St. Louis, but it brings up the pitcher, Danny Cox. And Danny swings into right center field. Webster ranges over. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And it would certainly be beneath me to say that Cox sucks. Go to the 6th, 1-0 Montreal. So Schatzeder, Raines, and Law to face Danny. Schatzeder is 0 for 1. Line drive to Herr, 1 out. Brings up Raines, who has walked and stolen a base. He's 0 for 1. Danny, 69 pitches for his opening 18. 5 1/3 innings. And the 1 hit, the homer by Law in the 4th. He has walked 1 while striking out 2. Raines drops 1 down. Pendleton will just pick it up. The throw to first is not in time, obviously, and so Raines has a single. And for the Expos, it's only their second hit. Vance Law homered his last time up. It would be worse if it was Peter Marshall's son. I think if you wrote it out as one word, Tim, the auto sensor wouldn't pick that up. Throw to first. And Raines is back. Cardinals may be regretting not sending Coleman early on. I didn't even have a choice on that one. He just didn't go. But they had their chance early and just could not score. Pitch to Vance. Fly ball left field. That ball is well hit, but that will stay in the yard. Coleman there. Raines goes back to first. Coming out September 10th. Well, what's coming out September 10th? Here's Andre Dawson. Andre is 0 for 2. 2 out here in the 6th. Raines on the pickoff throw is, well, some point. Oh, he was going. The throw down to Ozzie, and they got him. So Raines was going, and the throw down to the Wizard was good. And so the inning ends on a pickoff. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. 1-0. Oh, I know what Midlife Crisis was talking about. 1-0 Montreal. His trip out to the West Coast. So it'll be Coleman, McGee, and Herr. Vince is 0 for 2. Schatzeder's opening 18th, 74 pitches, 5 innings, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. I prefer her to Cox personally. You really want me to go down that road, don't you? Pitch to Coleman. He's going to square. Wallach, who was one of the best at third, is just going to pick it up. And so Coleman is on with a single. And we'll wait for Schatzer to throw over before we seal Vince, who has 86 stolen bases. McGee, by the way, has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. John was listening to an old White Sox game from 1977 versus the Royals. It sounded like Harry Carey, like saying Pete Lecoq's name a little too much. Just the way he said it, I chuckled every time. He really put an accent on the second syllable. And of course, Harry must have been 3 sheets to the wind. McGee has struck out 77 times, by the way. Leads the National League in hitting at .356. Schatzeder throws to first. Coleman, please be back, is going to get thrown out trying for second. Are you kidding me? I did not send him. Coleman goes on his own, and Whitey's going to have a word or two with Vince as Schatzeder goes to Francona, who throws to Brooks. So it goes 1, 3, 6 on the pick, and there's 1 out. There's some of the those Shy Sox games with Pearsall and Harry Carey. Yeah, Vince is having a day in the base paths. He should have scored on a fly ball and didn't even attempt to go. And then my mouse is on the 1. I was waiting for the throw over. And before I sent him, and he went on his own. John tries to find stuff from 77 to watch or listen to while you roll your 77 project. Be curious if when you get to the World Series, Keith Jackson, first the pitch to McGee. Willie strikes out again. Wow, a 2-2 on the outside corner on the fastball, and that's 3 for McGee. So that brings up her, who's 1 for 2. He singled and stolen the base. That Keith Jackson was more than a competent baseball announcer. But obviously, even at that point, he wanted to do college football. But how much that Tom Seaver and Howard Cosell just stepped all over him. Pitch to her. Line drive to right. Dawson is there, and he finds his creek to make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, and a pickoff. After 6, 1-0, Expos. Well, in your 77 replay, that's right, because you and the Rangers. That was my 78 World Series. The Dodgers beat the Rangers. Lorenzo never thanked me enough, by the way, for that. The Dodgers winning the World Series. Dawson, by the way, is 0 for 2 as we start the 7th. In the left field, McGee coming in for the out. Hibby Brooks is 0 for 2. Yeah, Mr. Howard, you were able to listen to some 62 Dodgers-Mets games on your 62 Dodger replay. We talked about that before, that it was somebody from Albany, New York, that had the reel-to-reel machine to record all that stuff. The Mets games on WGY 810, your 50,000-watt powerhouse, at that time owned by the General Electric Company, and WOKO 1460 in Albany, which carried the Yankee games. What a treasure trove to have. Hibby Brooks is 0 for 2. And there's a fly ball right center field. McGee running over to make the catch. This project, that John says, I'm rolling Stratford, Cleveland, in only games that Dwayne Kuiper starts plus another game plus other games on the days when Kuiper doesn't play, using Digital Diamond to sim in for the board game companion. I really like that board game companion. I absolutely love it. 2 out for Francona, who is 0 for 2. And by the way, I think I can advertise this because it's not going to get shut down, but Classic Baseball on the Radio on YouTube has hundreds of games. I mean, hundreds of games. You get bored this winter? There you go. And you get voices better than myself by a mile. Scully, Ralph Kiner, Bob Murphy, Mel Allen, Ken Coleman, Ned Martin. Pitch to Francona. Terry swings into right field. Clark coming in, and that will retire to the side. Stretch time, 1-0 Expos. Thanks for the kind words, Mr. Tower. Steve says, Ron, always good to catch one of these live. There's always something soothing in hearing a call with these 80s teams. It is the meatloaf of our era, to go back to the comfort years for us. And John, yeah, I read everything that you post, and I'm glad he was responsive to you for Digital Diamond. So far, he's updated every time you brought something up, like to drop foul balls. I wish it hadn't taken me about 10 games to figure out how to pinch hit, but I'm slowly doing the American League in 88. I'm on day 3 of the season, using a roster card. You played that one, John? Clark, by the way, is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Schatzeder starts the 7th, and it gets away from O'Berry, and that's a walk. 3-1 fastball was low and in. Brings up Cedeno, who I was told smash lefties. He's 0 for 2 so far. 3 hits for the Cardinals, no runs, no errors, and they've left on 3. The Expos, the solo homer by Vance Law, 1 run, 2 hit, and 1 error, and they've only left on 1. O'Berry and Schatzeder get together. And Cedeno draws the walk, so 2 on, and nobody out for Terry Pendleton. Terry is 0 for 2. Remember, the magic number is 7. So Montreal needs this game. You were interested in roster card until I saw you have to buy a membership now. The good news, and I'm not trying to push any one game over the other, is that for the $100 you get every season. And he'll send you the new season as played. From 46 on is all as played. Fall Classic, I think, is the game that people know him for the most. And I like that one, too. Not as much as roster card. Pendleton's 0 for 2. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. He swings into right center field. Webster moving over and will make the catch. Everybody should go back. Clark will tag and hold. So 1 out for Ozzie, who's 0 for 2. So Daniel with great speed. An extra base hit would score him. So Clark the tying run on second. Cedeno the go-ahead run on first. Pitch to Ozzie. There's a fly ball to left. Rains over in the corner. Should be able to grab it. He does. 2 out. Clark will tag and go to third without a throw. And that brings up Nieto, who's 1 for 2 with a single. I'm sure I have another catcher here. Oh, I got Mike LaValliere and Darrell Porter. So who can hit a righty time? And it's gonna lefty. Who can hit a lefty? And it's gonna be Tito Landrum. And the Expos are going to turn around and replace Schatzeder. Tim Burke coming in to pitch. We got a pitching change this game coming to you from Busch Memorial Stadium in St. Louis. So Tim Burke, the Elroy face of this replay, at 13-1 with 3 saves and an earned run average of 194. He's making his 70th appearance, his 9th against the Cardinals. 9 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 4 and has struck out 6. No decisions, but an earned run average of .93. He last pitched against the Pirates 2 nights ago. Won in an 8-6 win. He went an inning, 15 pitches, and struck out 2. Overall, 79 innings, 56 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned, 4 homers. He has walked 19 while striking out 72. By the way, speaking of other games, Dave and I are going to be taping in about 45 minutes or so and talk to Gary Brown, the creator of Stone Cold Hockey. Tentatively scheduled to be released on September 23rd, and also the creator of Dice United.
I don't know that one.
I wasn't talking to you. Dice United and Legends of Boxing. So Landrum will come out now for Randy Van Slyke. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Steve. So Burke has to face Van Slyke. Tito Landrum, thanks you for the appearance. Andy at 276, 273 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. 8 homers overall and 54 RBI. So first and third, tying run is 90 feet away. Pitch to Van Slyke, and there's a fly ball to right. Dawson's going to get there, and all that to hold a 1-0 lead. We've played 7 in St. Louis. Expos 1, Cardinals nothing. So Danny Cox comes out to pitch the 8th. Porter stays, and Darrell Porter comes in to catch. He's a 5 and a 4, and will bat in the 8 hole. Wallach, O'Berry, and Webster wait a minute. There's no 9 hitter. So there's no first baseman for for Montreal at the moment. So Burke came in the game for Francona, and there's no 9 hitter listed. We'll see if that matters. Wallach is 0 for 2. Ground ball to first. Cedeno underhands it to Cox for the first out. Brings up Webster, who is 0 for 2. 1, 2, and 1 for the Expos. They've still only stranded 1. Cardinals now have left on 5. Wish teams would still put all the logos on the fence like that. Yeah, I love it. That actually, Matt, is a morning shot, and you can tell it's a morning shot at Busch because of the shadows that are coming from center field. But yeah, I miss the logos on the wall. Judging by the Pirate logo, the wedge between the Cardinals and the Phillies, it's later than 87. Pitch to Webster. Line drive to her. 2 out for O'Berry, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. John never really got into hockey on the tabletop because I always find the games got too bogged down to feel immersive. That's why you love shootout and it feels like a hockey game. I'm wondering if the PC game will be like the cards and dice port. No, it is with all of Richard Hanna's games. It is a pure card and dice port, I believe. And if you watch Dave and I play the game, if you've watched any of my boxing videos with Legends of Boxing, it plays a lot like that. And it should play really quick. Pitch to O'Berry. Line drive foul, first base side. Cedeno goes to chase. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Danny winds and deals. And O'Berry walks. Now, who's going to bat? Herm Winningham is going to pinch run at first. And Herm is a 10. And, there is no batter. Well. So I need a first baseman. Oh, that was a rare glitch. Galarraga's going to pinch hit. Andres does not have a pinch hit overall. 219, a homer, and 2 RBI. It would be hard to do the mechanisms of that, considering that the card and dice game really is kind of a bit above shootout and not quite hockey blast. Winningham with good speed at first is back. 2 out in the 8th, 1-0 Montreal. Pitch to Galarraga. There goes Winningham, and Herm steals the bag. Number 17, and it's a 1-strike count. Computer wanted to put in UL Washington, but the computer had the choice of putting in a batter and didn't. So it's an 0-1 count and a big insurance run on second base. Pitch to Galarraga. Base hit left field. That worked out well for Montreal. Winningham rounds third and scores, and it's 2-0 Expos. So Galarraga with a huge pinch hit in a huge game for the Expos. That's only the 3rd hit for Montreal. And so Cox is opening 27 batters. 102 pitches. 7 2/3 innings. 3 hits. The homer by Vance Law. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Raines is 1 for 2. He has stolen a base, his 74th, and walked. Base hit right side. Clark will field it. Galarraga will do what? Will he go for third? He's going to try. Clark's arm is good. Galarraga had a great jump, and he is safe. So first and third, Raines moves up to second on the throw, as a matter of fact, so a single would make this 4-0. Here's Law. Vance had that home run in the 4th, which was the lone run of the game for Montreal at that point. Porter goes out to talk to Cox. Danny from the stretch. In the right field, Clark ranges over, and that will retire the side. On a diving stop on the turf. How about that? 1 run, 2 hits. They leave on 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Montreal 2, the Cardinals nothing. So Tim Burke, we weren't kidding about the Elroy face thing. He's 13-1. So who can hit a righty? How about Ivan De Jesus? Do any games have a rare event of batting out of water? I've never seen it. By the way, Thompson is the first baseman. He's a 1. I'm not sure what the heck that was. We've played hundreds of games of this and I've never seen the computer fail to do that. Now, it was an in-inning or in-game double switch. De Jesus grounds that one foul and allows me to read his numbers. As a pinch hitter, 182 with 2 RBI. Overall, 215 with 4 RBI. He's not going to hit you a home run. He will, however, reach base as that one drops in front of Webster in left center field. So De Jesus is on with a single. And now I'll bring up Vince Coleman, who's not had himself a good day. He is 1 for 3, but has made 2 base running blunders. Burke, ground ball to first, might be 2. Thompson to Brooks for 1, and Coleman is just going to reach. So they'll trade De Jesus for Coleman. And here is Willie McGee, who has struck out 3 times tonight. Now Coleman was thrown out trying to steal on his own. Whitey Herzog stands on the top of the St. Louis dugout. Burke throws to first, and Coleman stays put. And now you're going to hit and run just because McGee can make contact. Runner goes to throw down to Brooks, and Coleman is. They got him! So McGee swung on and missed the pitch. And it's a 2-2 count, and Coleman gets thrown out trying to steal. And the Dodgers scouts are going, yep, So we're up to Wowzer's territory there, and the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. How you doing, Big Dave? Burke deals. And McGee goes down for the 4th time today. He takes the golden sombrero. And we go to the 9th, 2-0 Montreal. And so even though they are trailing, they will go with Jeff Lottie making his 43rd appearance. The Cardinal closer, 29 years old. Standard pitcher, fastball tops out at 89. Against the Expos, 5 appearances, 3 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. A walk, 2 strikeouts, 0-1 with 3 saves. Lottie last pitched on the 17th against the Pirates. Picked up the win in the inning in the 3rd. They beat Pittsburgh 4-3. He threw 23 pitches, allowed a hit and a walk. So overall, 41 in the 3rd innings. No, Coleman is not going to get the digitalized player of the game today. My goodness. 50 hits allowed by Lottie, 17 runs, 14 earned, 4 homers, 16 walks, and 36 strikeouts. Dawson is 0 for 3. Brooks in the pitcher spot will go 3rd. So the Cardinals trying to keep this a 2-run game. Clark, and Cedeno for St. Louis in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Dawson. Struck him out. Got him on a 1-2 fastball looking on the outside corner. So 1 out for Brooks, who is 0 for 3. Into right. Clark going back. Makes the catch 2 away. So Burke is 0 for 3 on the replay. And Doug Frobel. Doug over from the Pirates. 1 for 12 since coming over to the Expos. That's 083. He does not have the pinch hit. He has driven in a run. 2 out. Got him. Jeff Reardon coming in to close this one out. The Expos are up 2-0 after 8.5. And Razor Shines is going to play first. A 5 fielder. Reardon, 30 years old. The fastball tops out at 89, and he's a ground ball plus pitcher. In 39 save opportunities, he has slammed the door 36 times. And so that's pretty reliable. Making his 68th appearance of the year, he is 5-3 with 36 saves and a tremendous earned run average of 121. The Terminator has made 6 appearances against St. Louis, 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs. But look at that. None of them are earned. He has walked 3 while striking out 3. He is 0-1 against St. Louis with 2 saves. His last appearance was the 18th, so 2 days ago against the Pirates. 2 innings, 20 pitches, and a strikeout. Overall, in fact, all of Reardon's unearned runs came against St. Louis. 89 in the 3rd innings, 55 hits, 18 runs, 12 earned, 3 homers. He has walked 23 while striking out 70. So Shines at first. They really messed that up. Yeah, there's a glitch in the game. And Reardon will bat in the 5-hole because it has Thompson still as the batter. Ground ball plus pitcher is huge. Absolutely, John. Her 1 for 3 has singled and stolen a base. It's a pop-up. Law behind the bag at second. On the turf, 1 out. Brings up Jack Clark. Has walked, struck out, 0 for 2. Got him. So the 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. So the Cardinals needed 2 to tie and 3 to win. They're down to Cesar Cedeno, who was 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground ball to third. Wallach to Shines. And that will be the ball game. So the Expos live to fight another day. They have shut out the St. Louis Cardinals by the score of 2-0. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for Montreal. And they left on 3. The Cardinals, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And they left on 5. Danny Cox, the loser, 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned a home run to Law. Walked 2 and struck out 2, and Lottie with the clean 9th. Dan Schatzeder gets the win. He's 3-6, 6 2/3, 3 hits of shutout ball, and Burke and Reardon slam the door. So Vance Law is going to be our Digital Dice MVP. His home run in the 4th was the difference. And as soon as I'm allowed to, I will play the rest of the day in baseball. So 2 weekends to go after this. We start in Philadelphia. Cubs beat the Phillies 15-2. Patterson 1-0. Charlie Hudson falls to 5-15. Sean Dunston 5 for 5. 3 RBI and 4 doubles. Cubs make 4 errors and 18 hits. Mets leapfrog the Expos. They beat the Pirates 2-1. Ron Darling goes to 11-12. Rick Russell falls to 12-8. Brown 1 for 3 with his 8th homer and a walk. Yankees beat the Orioles 3-2. Scurry goes to 1-0. Mike Flanagan 6-5. Dale Berra, his first of the year, and drives in 2. Toronto won't lose any ground. They beat Milwaukee 4-2. Jimmy Key 11-10. Jamie Kochenauer 4-6. Simmons 2 for 4, 7th of the year. Bruce Hurst strikes out 12, and Jack Morris falls to 10-18. So much for pitching to the score. 9-2 Red Sox. Boggs 2 for 2. Texas beats Seattle 4-3. Henry 1-0. Matt Moore 16-10, or Mike Moore. Phil Bradley having a great year for the Mariners. 2 for 4, his 33rd of the year with a double. Oakland beats Chicago 3-1. Tommy John finally gets a win with the A's. He's 1-7. Floyd Bannister falls to 6-14, and Howell picks up his 30th save. Kansas City, it's a big one, but they will remain tied with California. They beat the Twins 3-2. Quisenberry 9-12. Ron Davis 5-5. George Brett 3 for 4 and 2 RBI. I forgot to mention that Bannister, in that loss to the A's, struck out 13, and the Mariners have been eliminated, I've been told. Cincinnati beat Houston 8-4. Call me Mr. Tibbs goes to 11-13. Frank DePino 3 for 4. Dave Parker, a great year, 4 for 5, his 27th of the year, and drives in 3. L.A. beats San Francisco 4-1. Fernando Valenzuela is a 21-game winner. He beats Mason, who's now 0-2. Greg Brock 1 for 2, his 17th of the year, and steals a base. Yep, Phil Bradley was a bright light in the darkness of the Mariners season. Ron Romanek goes to 13-9. California over Cleveland 6-4. Thompson falls to 0-6. Joe Kiter touched them all for the 17th time this year. 3 for 3 with 3 RBI. And last but not least, Atlanta beats San Diego 8-3. Steve Bedrosian 8-15 now. Lamar Hoyt 12-13. Thompson 3 for 4, 2 RBI, and a triple. And so I picked New York and Baltimore. The Yankees are 4.5 back. And I think I'll stick with that one. And at the moment, St. Louis and Montreal is on the docket for Sunday. And so would be our Tuesday stream. So there you have it. So we'll stick with the Yankees and the Orioles. And so we'll show you the standings as we say thank you very much for a Wednesday. There we go. So the Cardinals' magic number remains 7. Kansas City and California are tied. And Toronto's magic number is 12. Yankees and Birdies tomorrow. And until then, have yourself a great day, everybody. So long.